next up, a guy who almost needs no introduction. was Ken Sadowsky, the Senior Beverage Advisor for Verlinvest. He's got a whole bunch of other titles, but we'll stick with that one for now.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you. Good to see you.
How are you?
I am excellent, thank you, except for this asthma thing that I have with all the smoke in the air.
There's, we have, unfortunately, there are wildfires in the area. We're getting some smoke coming into the area. God bless the firefighters and all the folks affected. We're with you.
Yes.
Ken, we had Kabaki on here. They were a participant in the New Beverage Showdown. You're a judge in the New Beverage Showdown. What's your take on the first three presentations?
I liked all three of them. I think they all are heading down the right path. I think that they all have room for improvement, and I think the judges did a really nice job cumulatively of offering some good insights and advice.
I agree. I think the judging panel really articulated what the contestants needed to do and what they did right, and maybe tweaking what they might need to change going forward as well. I mean, in things that weren't necessarily obvious to me yesterday, there were some good pointers today. We saw a lot of emerging, interesting new concepts, and I want to go back 2014, right, 3 years ago. I want to go back to a Q&A that you and I did at the headquarters of BevNet in Watertown, Massachusetts, and then I asked you about, I think it was like 10 emerging categories, and a few of them that you had some pretty serious takes on, and I want to see if you've evolved your thinking in some of these as well.
A lot of people just want to know if I've evolved.
Well, anyway, I mean, kombucha is one thing that I remember you said specifically. You don't understand it. You don't really think that there's a lot of room and runway for it. There seems to be a lot of interest in it right now. We have national brands out there, obviously. Has your thinking changed on kombucha?
Well, I mean, look, the proof is in the pudding, and the pudding is a mother with a SCOBY and all the other things that, so I was dead wrong on that one, basically. And look, there are some versions that are so much more drinkable now, and not to give shameless promotion, but I like Sean from Revive.
Sure.
I like some of the other things, and I have nothing to do with him except he's just a great guy and I'm a fan. So, as those things have evolved, they've become more drinkable in my opinion.
We also talked about cold brew coffee, and it's been remarkable, to say the least, to see how that segment has grown.
What did I say?
I believe what you said was you thought the space was interesting, though the bolder flavors weren't necessarily an opportunity for a broad kind of positioning. What's your take on it now?
Well, I mean, for the purists, I do think it's still a really bold experience, and I think that people that are UHTing, heating the product, it becomes a different experience, and it's not different in a lot of ways from the way categories morph from a core consumer to a more consumer, and not needing that immediate consumption experience by having a product UHT is a different experience. But I'm still a purist when it comes to cold brew coffee. I still really like it, but again, that trend is on the upswing.
Let's talk about a couple other categories right now, and what you may identify them as having potential for growth. Drinking vinegars, sort of aligned with the growth or trying to attach themselves to the success of kombucha. What do you like about that category? What don't you like about the category?
Well, I think there are some interesting entries. I like the fact that it's growing. I mean, I think probiotics are a really good category. I'm a director of Good Belly Probiotics, so I mean, I'm a believer in the category, and I'm a believer in the category in the sense that I don't like dairy for that experience. And all of these iterations are non-dairy probiotics. So I think it's great that these are all becoming relevant. And
one of the things that there was a lot of buzz around, especially about 3 or 4 years ago, was drinkable soup, bottled soup, whatever you want to call it. It seems like there's been innovation in the space, but there hasn't necessarily been the big explosion of drinkable soups that some people might have expected. Where do you stand on it?
Well, I think there's still an opportunity for brands to get built. I think TO has gotten further than I expected. Excuse me, but I also think that there are some blurred lines, so it's incumbent upon more gazpachos to come to the market. And John Sebastiani's group has one as well. I can't remember the name of it.
Zupanoma.
Yes. And so that portends well for the category ultimately becoming something. But look, there are vegetable juices out there also. V8 to go old school. So there's, it's just what kind of brand can emerge from that? I don't know if it's a real category.
Yeah. One of the hottest ingredients out there is protein. People are loving protein in a variety of formats, whether it's water soluble, a protein infused water, it's a protein infused meal shake. What's the best use of protein in your opinion for brands right now?
Well, I think the result is satiety.
Right.
If whatever brand it is using, whether it's plant-based protein or cricket-based protein, or I got to back off of that. I can't do cricket-based protein, but plant-based protein, whey protein, whatever. If it does allow people to skip a meal and really offer that satiety,
right,
I think that's a great use of protein.
There's a reason they call him the Beverage Whisperer. He knows what he's talking about. This is Ken Sadowsky. If you don't know, you should. Reach out to him. Can we share your email address, or are we not going to do that?
Certainly. ken.sadowsky@gmail.com.
You got it. Stay in touch with this guy. You'll be happy you did.